I want to start with the day that the Dobbs decision was announced. You're one of the architects of this strategy that have been working for decades. Mm-hmm. What was it like for you the day that the Dobbs decision was announced?
Well, it was my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an odd feeling. It was something that I didn't know whether I'd ever see in my lifetime. And I was grateful for that. And I'm grateful that the court, in my view, did the right thing. I think it was a courageous act to do what they had to know, that that was going to be very controversial.
We are into midterms, and
right.
Presumably you would like for the Republicans to control both the House and the Senate.
No question.
And what's your advice for how they should be handling this? Should they be going into the fight, or should they be, some of these people are trying to moderate their position?
My advice to Republicans is, first of all, don't be afraid of your own shadow. There are voters who were willing to vote for you, even if they didn't share your view on abortion before Dobbs. There's no reason to be concerned about articulating your own views, especially if they're communicated in a way that is deeply personal about some experience you had in your own life. Once they've done that, they should turn on their opponent and attack them for their extremism, because the position of every Democratic candidate in every major governor's race and battleground U.S. Senate race in the country is abortion on demand up to the moment of birth, even as a form of birth control, and they want taxpayers to pay for it.
I mean, that's not actually true of every Democrat candidate. That's like not true of Gretchen Whitmer.
They have to defend their federal legislation, and their federal legislation is indefensible.
But I feel that now that Roe is overturned, I mean, this is just my impression, but now that Roe is overturned, the Republican candidates are not getting traction making that argument that you just did. Either they're not articulating it as well as you did, or they're just not getting traction.
I don't think that's true. I think what you're seeing is a campaign strategy to talk about the issues that are most likely to decide the outcome of this election: the inflation, gas prices, and the economy. You know, there was a sign that hung in the Clinton campaign headquarters.
Yes, I remember.
That we're all familiar with.
Yeah.
And the sign did not say, "It's abortion, stupid." It said, "It's the economy, stupid." And if Democrats forget that, they're going to suffer even bigger losses than they will.
But some groups are saying, like, yes, like we want to make the midterms a referendum on a national bill that would ban abortion at 15 weeks. That's what we want the midterms to be about. I thought that's what you wanted to avoid.
I don't think there's any way to avoid abortion coming up in this debate.
Yeah.
For either side. But look, let's be clear, the bulk of the progress that we're going to make for the foreseeable future is going to be in state legislatures. It's going to be in the states. And I think the left found out way too late, and much to their detriment, that they may have over-relied on a friendly court to give them many of their victories. And while they were relying on one branch of government, they were losing the states. And by the time they realized it, it was too late. And I think Democrats, candidly, are going to be in for a bit of a wake-up call on November 8th. You know, we're knocking on a lot of doors, and we're mailing a lot of voters. And we're telling them where these Democratic candidates stand and how they voted. And I'm not sure the voters are going to like it.